Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, you guys. We just got back from church and I wanted to pop on here really quickly before I go and spend some time with my family. And I have, there's just been a lot of noise right now and a lot of things going on. So, as somebody who wants to help you with your business, all things social media, when things like this happen, I want to talk it through and not just short term, but I want to talk long term about what we've all experienced. I suspect because of my topic, it'll be probably pretty restricted from being sent out. So feel free to comment or share this, something so that other people can get this message. So as you guys can see in the title, it is back. TikTok is back up. It is not functioning properly at all. However, it looks like this ban has been lifted. And I do want to have a conversation around next time this can happen on other platforms and workarounds for different tools that we absolutely love. So first off, be empathetic. This is some people's sole livelihood. I've seen different, negative comments out there. Hey, Diane, you have to remember that even if you don't love that platform or app like this, there's people who this is their full-time jobs. It's just like in network marketing, when we hear like a company goes out of business or something like that, and people go, oh, network marketing, like you never want to go that route. Okay. Energetically, you never want to wish something ill for somebody else. So be empathetic because this is some people's sole livelihood. Okay. And I think a lot of people went, oh, SHIT, right? Like, oh my gosh, like everything I've ever done is on this platform and I can't even access it, right? I'm also going to give you a workaround. Although these seem to be being restored in the process, I will give you guys a workaround for CapCut. I don't know if this would work for TikTok. You could try it. So let me know in the comments if you were affected by this, if you even knew about it. If you didn't, TikTok and CapCut, so they're owned by, is it Soundbite? These platforms and tools are actually owned by the same company, and they were banned from the US. So if you're not in the US, this may or may not affect you, but it just goes to show, obviously, it could happen to anyone without any warning. There was some talks of it, obviously, and I don't think any of us thought it would really happen, right? So let me know in the comments if you are using these tools, TikTok or CapCut, and if you noticed, right? It happened so fast. I'm curious to know if this affected you or not. So this is my advice to you. First off, build on 2 platforms. Now, this is a caveat because I know a lot of you build on Facebook and Instagram. What I want you to do is I actually want you to build on Facebook and Instagram are going to count as one platform. And the reason why is because they're owned by Meta. So if there's a blackout, which is, we haven't seen, things where we've been restricted to use it, but we have seen full on blackouts where Meta went down for, an hour or two. We've seen as long as it being out for an entire day. And just like what people experience with TikTok, this can shut your business down in a heartbeat. So if you're building on Facebook and Instagram, I recommend adding another platform. Okay. So what we did is when Facebook and Instagram went out, I was scheduled to go live that day. We sent out an email to our list and we said, we're going to be on YouTube today instead for the live training. And I had the same amount of live video viewers that I normally have on Facebook and Instagram over on YouTube. So it's really important to be able to have another platform built up as well, just so you're not, what is the saying? The duck in the water, a sitting duck? I don't know, just something bad, right? You don't want that. You want to be really thinking about this way. I'm always such a big advocate of the decisions we're making in our business, thinking long-term for our business. And if you're, making money from these social media platforms, you have a business, you also want to do your due diligence to build smart. So building on 2 platforms, considering Facebook and Instagram is one platform. I would love to know in the comments what platforms you guys are going to choose if you haven't already. If Facebook and Instagram count as one, what would be your other platform? Okay. Probably not a lot of people choosing TikTok right now, but that might be your other platform. Okay. So build on 2 platforms. That allows you to pivot if something happens with one of the platforms to go to another. Okay. The next thing, and this is like, I really want to get this home to you if you're watching this or watch the replay, you want to always build an email or a text list or both. That needs to be a priority. Okay. It's not about views and even making sales. I mean, especially with an app like TikTok and that platform, it's very much become a selling app. Okay. A selling platform. We have a course called TikTok Shop, and we taught people in that course how to actually become TikTok Shop affiliates and how to be able to sell in general on TikTok, because it really is really widely accepted to just sell straight away, sell on TikTok. Amazon came over to TikTok and you can sell, as an Amazon affiliate over on TikTok. And so when people are doing that and they're making money from these platforms, the other thing I've seen, and I've worked privately with a couple of clients on this, is that the thing that I've seen is that there are some of you that have gotten good brand deals you're paid to promote that company's stuff on your TikTok accounts or Instagram, and you're still not building up your own list. I have a client I worked with in the past. She was making about $300,000 a year, all brand deals. And I was like, okay, well, we need to like build up your personal brand. And so you can have your own thing. How many people on your email list? She's like, email list? I don't have an email list. I'm like, you have 1 million followers on TikTok. How do you not have an email list? Because she's making $300,000 from brand deals. Of course, she doesn't care about her freaking email list until TikTok gets shut down, until Instagram does, until your account gets removed, right? So as a business owner, your job is to build your book of business, okay? I also call it your buyer's list. So the book of business is all of your leads. It's everybody that's an email subscriber, or they're on your text list if you're using Project Broadcast. You own that list, okay? You can export it, download it. Like if something happened with your email account or Project Broadcast or whatever, you can export and save those emails. Those are yours, okay? Or phone numbers. Now, when you're building that list, your book of business, in that book of business, you're building your buyer's list, and your buyer's list becomes your safety net. It becomes your foundation for a healthy long-term business. So I know if everything just went away tomorrow, I have a very big buyer's list now. We have over 10,000 on our buyer's list that have done business with us at some point. I think we're at like 12,000 now. I'll have to check. That's a very healthy company long-term. I've got my buyer's list. All my social media goes away tomorrow. I'm okay. My company's okay. Can you say the same thing? Or maybe you're newer to all this and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't even know like to think that way. Yes, this is why we're such advocates of monetizing your personal brand in a smart, healthy way so you can create long-term sustainable profitability in your company. Build an email list. So let me know in the comments, are you actively building an email list? Let me know, or text list, or both. Okay, we have both on our list. I would love to know that. Now, if you're like, well, Kimberly, how do I do all of this stuff? Like, I don't know how to build an email list. I don't know I'm trying to get leads and emails and stuff, and I don't really know how, and people aren't responding to my content. I can teach you how to do that. That's what I do for a living. That's what our team can teach you, okay? So we actually have our 12-month business academy is open right now. It's called Ignite. So it's a 12-month group coaching program with one-to-one coaching inside. So it's a hybrid model. We will teach you how to monetize your personal brand on social media, even if you don't know what you want to do. So just drop Ignite in the comments if you want details on that. I can DM you with some more information, okay? So are you guys building an email list? A couple of you are. Okay, good. Make that a priority for this year, is to build the email and text list. And then we're going to work on the buyer's list. Does that make sense? Okay, awesome. The next thing I want to tell you guys, and I'll actually give you the workaround, how to work around and get CapCut. You can actually access CapCut. Now, since TikTok is restored, not completely, but they're working on it, CapCut, it should come back to no problem. However, if this happens again, I have a workaround for you, okay? So next thing I want to tell you is always be willing to pivot. You need to learn other editing tools. I see people panicking like, oh no, I'm using CapCut to make everything. What do I do? And I get it, right? Because you've been using it and that's all you know. You want to be able to pivot and say, okay, I do have a program called Elevate Kelly. Actually, we have, I think a third of the spots are full. I actually decided to reduce the number because it's going to be so hands-on with each person that we're going to max it out at 6 in April, 6 in October, and we're a third way full. So shoot me a DM, Kelly. I'm so excited about that. I have this, it's like epic. Okay. Anyways, I'll have to go live in a little bit about that another day. Okay. So always be willing to pivot. So what you want to do is you want to understand that when it comes to business, especially social media, nothing stays the same. Who here noticed the Instagram grid has changed? I don't know if it's worldwide, but I think most people have been affected by it. We were prepared because we saw it as an optional setting months ago. So we've been creating our content without the square. We've been creating it with the new shape. I'll see if I can get Abby to do training for you guys on that. Abby, if you're out there, love for you to help us out with that. But you have to be willing to pivot. You have to understand that in business, just like life, nothing stays the same. Pivot. Let's just all like put that on our foreheads. you have to be willing to pivot. And what that comes from is a growth mindset. You don't want to have a fixed mindset of, oh my gosh, I only use CapCut, my life is over. No, it's not. Okay. You need to be willing to pivot. Side note, I love InShot. You can use Canva for editing. What's the name of one? I have a PC. Are there any good editing tools you guys like on Macs? What is it called? Clipchamp or something? Microsoft Clipchamp. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. It comes with my computer, and I use it for our courses. You know how we have like the little picture of me sizzling in and out, and then all the things. I don't know if you're in our courses, but some of those more highly produced videos are from that. And then the intro videos that you see when we're doing our boot camps and things like that are made in CapCut. So we use CapCut quite a bit. Okay. Anyways, be willing to pivot. So you need to learn other tools. The other thing you need to do, oh, Minvo, thank you. You need to learn other platforms. Okay. So if you guys are just jumping on, I am going to categorize Meta as one platform. So I hear a lot of you telling me you're on Facebook and Instagram. That is not enough. Okay. What we want to do is just, even if you cross promote Facebook, Instagram, I'm fine with that. We need another platform. My personal favorite is podcasting or YouTube channel, because man, the evergreen around it and just the high quality leads I get from it, amazing. It could be TikTok for you. Okay. It could be LinkedIn. I'm also in love with LinkedIn. I love all the things. This is why I teach social media. We're on all these platforms. You don't have to be on all of them, and we're going to talk about repurposing tonight. So this is perfect. I didn't even mean for this to happen. Hey, Michelle, we're going to do repurposing tonight for day 7 of the Content Boss Bootcamp. I'm going to teach you how we repurpose like freaking bosses. You guys see us everywhere. I'm never on my phone. I'm like literally don't even know what's happening ever, unless I happen to pull my phone open and something pops up in my feed. I'm not on my phone all the time. We repurpose like champs. Okay. I have so much B-roll that if as long as I don't change too much, I wouldn't have to record anything ever for like 3 years. So, I mean, if I can just stay the same weight and look pretty much the same, we're good. Now, wouldn't you like to have that kind of like archive of content to work with? Heck yes. Okay. So if you are not registered yet and you want to come to the boot camp tonight, or you need to catch the replays, just put replay in the comments. We have a landing page you can go to and binge the replays. Okay. So we always want to be willing to pivot. So I'm going to challenge you guys. If you're on just Meta right now, Facebook, Instagram, or you're just on TikTok, I want another platform that you're going to pick. So put that in the comments for me. We are not building on one platform. That is not healthy. Okay. So we have to have a backup plan, somewhere to pivot. But for some of you that I know, some of you were all on just TikTok. And when that happened, and fingers crossed, everything's looks like it's coming back online for TikTok. I'm sure part of you was like blood drained from your body, because you were like, Instagram, ew, right? Now, I personally love Instagram. I think TikTok's got its own, kind of personality, like Wild Wild West. Anyways, some of you are like freaked out about going to a new platform. Put me in the comments if you can relate. Like you're like, ooh, LinkedIn, that sounds fancy. Or I want to be a YouTuber, but you like don't even know what to do. This is where we have to get into that growth mindset, be willing to pivot, and understand that everything's figure outable. So it's time for you to grow. These things happen to help us. It's not an accident. Okay. So CapCut workaround. I don't think it's going to let me post it in here. Let me try. Oh, I think it is. Okay. I have an article for you, and this will actually walk you through everything. If you are on Facebook, I don't think it'll show it. Oh, it just had me, when I posted it, it posted on YouTube. So if you want to see the article that I recommend going through to do the workaround for CapCut, it's on my Gold Digger Girl YouTube channel, which will get all you Facebookers over onto my YouTube channel. How much do you love that? Yes, I told you, Anna, to go to LinkedIn, and here we go. I'm doing a LinkedIn masterclass on Thursday for everybody who comes into Ignite. So if you're on the fence or you want to know more, just put Ignite in the comments, okay? All right. So the CapCut workaround will work. I don't know if TikTok will work, but I know CapCut will work, is using using a VPN. So I actually have only used Express VPN. This article that I was reading about this that had a really good step-by-step for you guys, because I went to church this morning. I was like, I'm not about to go and like demonstrate this for you. So I found a trusted source is NordVPN, N-O-R-D, like nerd, but with an O, N-O-R-D VPN. VPN is stands for, is it virtual private network? Is that what it is? Does anyone know? Definition of VPN. Do you guys like how I'm like doing research while I'm teaching this? Okay, hi. What is it called? Virtual private network. There we go. Virtual private network. So if you didn't know, what you can do is if you are maybe you're traveling and you're having issues logging in and out of your account and you're getting kicked out in general on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, I recommend using a VPN. If you have an assistant who's logging into your account, we've used VPNs for years and years and years. And knock on wood, I've never had an issue with my account ever since 2017, ever. None of my accounts, knock on wood, like 50 times. And I think it's because we use VPN. So everybody looks like they're logging in my area. So a VPN is where, so with a ban like this for the US specific, it's based off the IP address from what I understand. So right now, if I'm in Austin, Texas, so if I go on my computer or my phone, it's detecting I'm in the United States. So it's not letting me use CapCut or TikTok as of last night, right? It looks like it's coming back. And what you can do is a VPN is basically kind of think of it, it's you choosing a different IP address and you can choose where. So if you chose an IP address in Canada, the VPN kind of takes the connection to Canada and then you, right? So it's almost like putting like a little roadblock in between. It's completely legal. I'm not giving legal advice here, so you have to check your own rules and states and countries and wherever you live, but you can refer to that article I dropped for more details. So basically what you're doing is you're kind of having a different IP address location. So if you choose it outside of the US, a lot of people are doing that if they can't access their CapCut right now to grab any drafts, anything that they have saved. If you have any issues accessing templates, everyone that I have talked to is saying that they're using their VPN to access all of that. Okay, so it looks like everything should be restored. You guys let me know below. I went on TikTok and I'll kind of show you guys what it's doing. It doesn't have the screen of death that said, you know, TikTok is not available anymore. Nothing is happening. Like it looks like this. So I can see there's only one person's video showing. When I try to scroll, nothing is pulling up. Inbox, I've got a gazillion messages to get back to and I haven't. But I can't actually open anything. So supposedly it's supposed to be restored already. And it's going to, obviously it's a massive endeavor. It's going to take them a while. Okay. So CapCut workaround is ExpressVPN or NordVPN, but that private network, you can access it. But a really great thing to implement if you're using VAs in other countries or assistants or people on your team, I would highly recommend that. Okay. So at the end of the day, my biggest message is don't panic, pivot. Don't panic, pivot. Things are going to happen in your business. Okay. You're going to have something happen if it hasn't already. That's the name of the game. Okay. My second piece of advice is to build on 2 platforms and not counting Facebook and Instagram as those 2 because they're owned by Meta. Okay. My third tip is to build an email list and or a text list. So that way, when these things happen, you can contact your list, you can communicate and say, hey, I'm over here now. And going into that, the next tip would be willing to pivot and learn other things, learn a different platform, go to different tools or resources you're using to create content or, the different, it's back up, not completely, but it's coming back online, praise God, right? Because I know that my heart goes out to people who are building their businesses on TikTok. It's like, we don't want anything bad to happen to anybody in their businesses. It's just, we don't want that. We want good, beautiful things to happen to every human on the planet. That's what we want. So be willing to pivot and then come to our boot camp tonight. So we have a boot camp tonight. It's day 7 and we are going to get into repurposing content. I'm going to show you how you can take one piece of content and put it on like 7 platforms. Okay. Or use it in 7 different ways. Like it's awesome because now we're working smarter, not harder. We're leveraging our time, our talents, our resources, and then we're just really avoiding the whole burnout thing that happens. I think why people don't like social media is because they get burned out from it and they feel like it's just constantly creating and making more content and it's never enough, right? That's not how we operate around here at Gold Digger. And we want to show you exactly how to repurpose your content and stay organized with it and really get that leverage out of it as well. Okay. So if you want to come tonight and you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can put replays. It's the Content Boss Bootcamp that's been going on all week. We've had thousands register for it. All the videos have thousands and thousands of views on them. People are loving this bootcamp content. the replays, the homework posts, the bonuses, everything's in guide number 7 in Gold Digging Boss Babes. And I'm going to go live tonight on my wall, and also the Zoom. A lot of you have the Zoom link because you've registered properly. At 7 p.m. Central. We're going to do 7 p.m. Central for repurposing your content for day 7 of the Content Boss Bootcamp. And finally, our 12-month Business Academy. It's called Ignite, or Ignite Platinum if you want to work directly with me. It's a group coaching and one-to-one coaching hybrid model to teach you how to monetize your personal brand, how to make money from your brand every single day. If you want to build up like I have, where you're like, wow, like the brand visibility, you obviously have the audience growth, you have the strategy behind, bringing all of your ideas together under one cohesive brand, and have that targeted messaging and getting the leads every day, and just having a really good understanding of a launch process to be able to have something you can sell and bring it to the market in a way that actually converts. That's what we're all about. Okay. So Social Connector is not a social media platform, but that's a tool, right? So let's say something happened with Social Connector, which I don't think it ever would, but let's just say it did. You would need to be able to pivot, right? We're going to have that, okay, pivot, something happened, now what? Instead of just crawling under a blanket going, woe is me. You guys got it? So the final update is that TikTok and CapCut are supposed to be back online. I can get into the account, and it's in the process of being restored. And we don't know what that means for the future or anything, right? It could be temporary, it could be long-term. The point is have a backup plan. Really, at the end of the day, have a backup plan. Don't build on just social media. Otherwise, you're building on borrowed land. If this was helpful and you have entrepreneurs in your audience, please share this with them so they can get this knowledge and start thinking long-term for their own businesses as well. And just really glad to get a little time with you guys this Sunday afternoon. And then otherwise, I'll see you guys tonight at 7 p.m. Central. Thanks for being on. Until next time, get lit in your business and set your soul on fire. We'll see you soon.